yeah, it's hard to go against the Steelers. You know.
So now, let's talk football.
Let's talk football.
We got these Vikings and these Saints. Now I got Vikings going Super Bowl. The Vikings is my pick out the NFC, and they have been my pick since week 10.
Yeah, we had that.
Remember
talk.
we talked that? We
Yeah,
talked about
and
this.
You know who I had. They lost though.
So who y'all got?
You had the Rams.
Panthers going
Yeah,
to
the
the Super Bowl
Panthers.
and win it.
I had a feeling that the winner of the Saints and Panthers
Yeah, that's what I said.
was probably gonna go to the Super Bowl. Then I had to recheck that mindset, because I sat here and thought, I'm like, you know what, Minnesota's defense, the key for Minnesota to win,
That defense top notch.
that defense is top notch,
defense
but
top
But
shelf.
Cam killed that defense.
Listen here, that's Cam. That's Cam moving. That's Cam intelligence. That's Cam. Cam gonna eat up any defense. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck how you rank. Cam gonna eat up any
But
defense.
you-
Let's just get it clear.
yeah, but you know what? This is what I was thinking. I'm like, you
The
know
Rams
what?
ain't got that type of. I mean, it's not the Rams. The Saints ain't got that type of quarterback. They got Drew Brees, who they say 6 feet, but I think he 5'9".
Yeah, he got
I think he
He ain't
5'9".
that much taller than Doug
You get what I'm
Flutie,
saying?
and him and Doug Flutie actually was in San Diego standing next to each other. Like,
Them linebackers for them Vikings are too fast for even if Drew Brees try to run outside, they're gonna catch him. But here's the thing that got me right. We talked about Cam. Cam was moving that ball.
If that boy would have dropped that pass, and
Man,
he had a lot of drop passes.
Listen
in
here.
that game.
Cam supposed to had at least about 21 to 28 points in that first half. So this Saints team don't look too convincing to me.
Nah,
They defense and going up against what's the quarterback name? Minnesota.
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum. Going up against Case Keenum. Who can let that motherfucker go?
right.
And you got Diggs over there too.
I was about to say Stephon.
And then you got the Thielen.
That boy
Yeah.
can play.
Thielen can play.
I like
He
Thielen.
like that boy from in New England. He like a New
Edelman.
He like a
Just
New
like
England
Edelman.
Who?
receiver.
Thielen? No.
He like them type of receivers.
No, Thielen's
No,
better.
he's-
Thielen's better than
he's
Thielen's
like-
better
he's-
than
oh,
Edelman.
He's like Edelman with a little bit more size.
Thielen reminds me of just a tad bit better Eric Decker.
I can't go that far.
Eric Decker is a nice ass receiver.
He is.
Thielen is like Eric Decker because Eric Decker is for show hands.
Yeah.
He's Johnny on the spot every
Who he
time.
play for now?
He played for the
Tennessee.
Jets.
No, he just
Tennessee. Yeah, he with Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he's still
I know. I
yeah.
just seen
Tennessee.
him in the playoffs.
And
But you know what? Like I said, because we sat here and I was just looking at the NFC side. I'm like, man, you can't go bad with no team you pick. And when ultimately I said, you know what? The best coach is in New Orleans. If it's one team that I think can go into in that environment to knock off a Minnesota or go into Philadelphia, it's got to be the Saints. Because you need a coach that's going to give you a really good offensive game plan and make those adjustments on the fly, and you need a quarterback to go out there and implement these things as he's putting it in. I don't see no other quarterback in the league in the playoffs that can do that outside the Saints in New England.
I bet you a drink.
Nah, I bet you a drink too. All right.
I got the Vikings.
Now,
Hello, y'all ain't talking about that running game that that the Saints got. Them two running backs are cold.
They
cold.
yeah,
They got concealed last week.
they
They
did.
Against the Panthers.
Yeah,
They
they got
did.
concealed.
The Panthers was my pick, so I'm not.
They got concealed. So
Yeah.
that's my
My
thing.
team's-
Against
see-
this Panthers defense, they was able to stop that running game.
Right.
You don't think the Vikings gonna do the same? A top three defense.
I'll say
Kamara
this.
got into the end zone though.
Yeah, I'll say this much.
But he
And
only had like 50-some yards.
I'll say
It was a struggle.
I'll
And they didn't march down there for him to get in there. It was off a blueprint.
you know what? I'll say this much.
Keep it real.
I'll say this much, and you can actually look this up and Google this. Every team that ends up getting the first round bye, it ends up hurting them more than it does helping.
Hey, man, I don't believe in that shit.
And it's like Minnesota's defensive led. They're going to be at home.
This offense. What about this reloadable offense, though? Even if
that quarterback-
Keenum
No,
go,
here's the
even
thing.
if Keenum go down, you got Bridgewater and you got Bradford.
But here,
Still on the roster.
Here's the thing.
And ready to go.
Okay, hold on. Here's the thing.
And I think Cook supposed to. No, I don't think Cook coming
No,
back.
he
Cook
ain't
ain't
come back. Here's the thing. He don't go down. Okay, everybody's time is thrown off because now it's a different game plan, and it's like you already had basically you got 2 weeks to get ready for one team, and it's the playoffs. Whoever is going to be in this spot in these moments, that's who's getting the most practice time. That's why it's like people say, well, we should go with the backup. And sometimes backups shine because you never see them coming. Minnesota, you just see all they backups at one point in time, and you know what they can do at their best.
Hey, man, you could throw all that out there and all them different scenarios out there, but when it comes down to gameplay and what was being seen, the Saints don't look too convincing.
They don't.
Please call in 708-328-8923. Y'all think the Saints can beat the Vikings? Please call in because
I do.
I don't. You think the Saints can beat the Vikings?
Yeah.
But see, here's one more thing. I'm about to bring up too.
And we're gonna get to some music, then we're gonna come back and talk NBA basketball. Go ahead, say what you gotta say.
It's the fact that Minnesota's offense is built. Let's get up 10, 14 points and then turn our defense loose. That's how they got to the playoffs. The Saints did it the opposite way, where it's okay, we stick with an offensive game plan. We make a couple tweaks here, we make a couple tweaks there. Even if we're down, we can come back. That's the difference between philosophies, and I think in the playoffs, that's what it's going to come down to. Like, Minnesota get turned loose and get overly aggressive trying to sack Breeze. You got these backs who can go out there and run these screen passes, man, and that's what's probably going to eat them up at the end of the day, man. It's the coaching part I'm sitting up here going with, and that's what. And plus the week off Minnesota has.
To the Super Bowl too.
Yeah.
So let's just break this down. All right. Yeah, I didn't do my little research.
I know.
I know.
So you got Case Keenum with you talking about the offense, and you think the offense is going to be the little shaky part about it. This man passed for 3,500 yards this season, which at 481 was attempted and 325 was completed. Right. That's over 60%.
Yeah.
That's very accurate.
That's very accurate.
Very accurate.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Then you have Murray and Kennan, who took over for Cook.
Okay.
Kennan had 570 yards this year. And Murray, if he would have played, Latavius Murray at that.
That was in Oakland.
In Oakland. Didn't he play in Dallas too, right? Or was that DeMarco Murray in Dallas?
That was DeMarco Murray.
Okay, wrong Murray. Okay, he went for 842. That is also 1,000-yard back right there. You know, what if he would have played the full season?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So my thing is like, even with this defense, they are still complete on offense. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And the Saints, and this is why I knew the Saints was going to beat the Panthers, but I picked the Panthers because I ride with Cam, because I hate how people treat Cam. I just hate how people treat Cam.
I hate it too, but you know,
and that's why I ride. That's the fan in me that ride with Cam when I should use common sense, and but that's just a fan of me. I knew the Saints was gonna beat them for one reason. When you took Benjamin away from the Panthers,
yeah, that was a dumbass move, man.
You took his safety net. You get what I'm saying?
But Olsen is a safety net.
Olsen, yeah.
But him and Benjamin was starting to click this season. Like, I picked them on fantasy, and I got some good points about them motherfuckers.
They went to the Super Bowl without Benjamin.
But this is my thing. We're talking about this season.
Right.
The way they was clicking this season. When they took Benjamin away, you seen a different type of play in Cam than like them first 2 or 3 games. And then he like, fuck it, I got to turn it on. You know what I'm saying?
17 from
I got to play.
Grew.
Yeah.
That receiver grew.
Funches.
Yeah. And you know what? That's what's scary about. That's why I didn't go again. That's why I didn't pick Carolina, because I was like, all season long, it was like, I don't know what Cam Newton is going to show up. Is it going to be the Cam Newton against the Chicago Bears or the Cam Newton that went up in New England? And I said, if you get the Chicago Bear Cam, they gonna lose. But it was like a mixture of both. You got the New England Cam, but the receivers didn't show up.
Man, they dropped the
and that's what I'm always saying. It goes beyond one player. And even with the Saints, Cameron Wake, defensive end. He's a good pass rusher. He's going to make some noise on that defensive front. And I'm like, I think that might be enough if they get out to a nice sizable lead, man. You turn that man loose to go on Case Keenum in a straight he has to pass the ball situation, that can go wrong for him. But I've seen it too many times. Like when you're a defensive team in the playoffs for at least the last 15 years, if defense is what got you there, offense can only hold up for so long before they pop.
I just know this year Cam showed up in the big games.
Oh yeah,
when
he
they
did.
played the bad games, like the worst teams, he played to the level of his competition. And I felt that the playoffs were all big games. And I said, being that they all big games, Cam was going to come ready to play all those games and get to the Super Bowl. But they lost, so my conversation.
And one more thing. If you notice, every team that has a coordinator.
Your conversation's over with.
It's over with. I'm done.
Yeah. If you notice, every team that has a coordinator up for a head coaching job is getting their ass up out the playoffs right now. You don't hear that about St. Louis, right? New Orleans right now. But you hear about Minnesota. Just something.
Oh, Minnesota got somebody about to be a head coach?
Pat Shermer.
Pat Shermer.
He interviewed with Chicago.
George. He was one of the Chicago Bears choices.
Yeah. Everybody, it seems like everybody who has a coordinator up for a head coaching job, it's like they getting their ass up out the playoffs right now because they got bigger and better things to do. Like, it might be me, but that's what it seems like.
I mean, you got Alvin Kamara. He has 728 yards this season.
Share duties.
You got Ingram with 1124. You got Breeze with 4,000. Yeah, he had 1124.
Wow.
Think about it. You said Breeze got 4,000 yards passing.
He had 4334.
That's and combined.
What was his percentage?
72.
Check this out.
But listen to the attempts.
The running backs.
536 for 386 though.
No, hold on.
536 out of 386.
And you telling me that
I say 386 out of 5.
And you telling me that the running backs combined gained like 1,900 yards rushing on the year?
Yeah.
That's a lot of offense, man.
That's a lot of offense. Shit. But they're about to see a lot of defense.
This is gonna be a good game, man.
It's gonna be a good game.
We got a bottle.
We got our bottle.
Is that the one that was the best game?
That's gonna be the best game of the day.
What?
That's gonna be the best game of the weekend.
No, I'm gonna take it further. That's gonna be the best game of the playoffs, including the Super Bowl.
I thought Cam game was a good game.
Oh man, get off that Cam shit, man.
Hey
man,
I'm mad, man. I'm mad.
He mad, man. We're gonna get you some tissues, man.
I know, I need.
We're gonna get into some more music, man. Come back, talk NBA basketball, talk Bulls, man. Zach LaVine supposed to be coming back this weekend. Let's see if that's gonna be true. Be back in y'all ear.
My bracket, bro.
Black Rob shit, no.
Kenny Black Rob, Yellow Man, P. Diddy, the moment you all been waiting for.
Murder.
Queen B, Queen B.
What y'all riffing about? Hang 'em like they dead in the South. Dead with your dick in your mouth. Now what this shit is about? Niggas sleeping. Like I won't slip in your house. Come on, and put my dick in your spouse. Till you get home, I lamp like I'm part of your couch. Dad, sit on me. That's when I'ma squeeze 50 pretty swiftly till them coppers come and get me. Try to tell this coward ass is real, acting like I can't get through that Sloman shit. I'm a veteran, I take levers and firms. Safe cracker, move from New York to Jersey. Still sing kites with birds, nothing's heard. Feds wanna tap my words. Come on, take vehicles off curbs, tools off herb, jewels off all you nerds. You swerve, I splurge with all y'all riches. Coming to junk, blind all y'all bitches. Give respect, cause respect is due. Keep frontin', and I'ma put the tech to you. Coward.
Dame espacio. Dame espacio.
Can I get a minute to breathe?
Dame espacio.
Then give me space.
Dame espacio.
Think I'm just talking like I never did these things. Snatch chains and rings, teddy bears from siblings. I did things some of y'all cowards might not imagine, like running in stores, gun drawn, spazzing, pressing the button, bitch, I'm not having. Wanna be a super employee and leave in the bagging? Black wagon, baby boy, I'm not bragging, it's a promise. I'll take him to school like Nostradamus. It's my thing, do what I do best. Want the treasure chest and that dough in your girl breast? How dare you try to stash yours and get yours? What? Mine's is mine's, what's yours ain't yours, get his whip. Watch how